right, guys, welcome back to the Side Dish Podcast. I'm your host, Aaron Shin, joined as always by my co-host, Jay Lee.
Hello.
And today we have three very, very special guests in the studio with us. We've got Celine Jung.
Hi.
And we've got Sumin Han.
Hello.
But the fifth guest, a very, very special guest, who's only been on the podcast maybe twice or three times, is my lovely wife, Jaehyun Baek.
Hi.
Jaehyun has a very fun, special, celebratory announcement. Do you want to go ahead and take it away?
To say it?
I don't know. What, Are you nervous?
Yeah.
Why?
It's been a while. We're pregnant.
I'm not pregnant. She's pregnant.
Yeah, there's only one who's pregnant.
My lovely,
I know,
hardworking, brave wife is pregnant. She is 5, almost 6 months pregnant. And that has been a major lifestyle change for both of us and even a mental change in many ways. So that's been crazy. Obviously, you guys have known that for a while, but this is our first sort of big public proclamation, as it were.
PSA?
Yeah, PSA.
Yeah.
But the most important changes are, babe, do you want to talk about your body changes?
Where to start? Well,
Like, how
besides
has
the
it
belly,
been in general, being pregnant? Would you recommend it?
for me, I have a pretty easy pregnancy. I think compared to a lot of other women out there who gets like morning sickness. I definitely don't have morning sickness. I don't have any back pains or swollen legs.
You have
that's
good
my
genetics.
Yeah,
purpose.
that's her super.
It's your purpose.
It's her purpose. Yeah.
No, it's
I know
my
there are some
purpose.
women who get pregnant and it's like their body is doing everything it can to reject the
Yeah, sure.
like, oh my God, I've heard beyond horror stories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like crazy
Chaehyun
stories.
was born to breed.
Yes.
Born to breed.
That's why she likes
Sounds pretty fucked up.
No, that's why she likes horses so much, because she's like into thoroughbreds and just like wants to engineer the most elite stallion. Oh, well, luckily you.
Okay.
Well, unfortunately, you got me.
I don't
so
really see that connection, but
I know,
okay.
like, but Aaron? Just
me?
kidding. We love you guys.
I'm a prize stable horse.
I wonder how
elite
much
stallion.
physical fitness like contributes to how healthy you feel. Because I see you
Oh, I
at the
wonder
gym
too.
every now and then. You're
Yeah.
consistently still.
I do try to go
exercising.
exercise almost every day.
Do you guys remember when I first started dating Jaehyun? And every like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, she would go to CrossFit and just post these
Her CrossFit
insane
days.
videos
Yeah,
of her
Workout of the
crushing a
days.
skull with her bare
Right,
fist.
right.
Yeah.
Right.
But how is
amazing.
how has like the changes been in terms of like, your lifestyle, for example, or you know, do you feel like mood changes? I'm not going to. I'm going to plead the fifth on that one. But
Oh, okay.
what do you think you've been like? How do you think you've been as a roommate?
How have you perceived the situation?
First trimester was pretty rough.
Oh,
The first 3 months, I think I would do like one thing, like, and then I would just get really tired and I have to sleep.
She slept a lot.
Yeah, I slept a lot.
Sounds like a Tuesday for me.
yeah, exactly.
No, it was like it felt like someone drugged me almost. Like I couldn't
Sounds like a
function.
Tuesday for me. No, okay.
No, but she gets like insanely tired,
Yeah, sounds
tired.
like-
I was horizontal a lot.
Also, the way we found out she was pregnant was so funny because
Oh, yeah.
we were flying to Singapore, right, to see Elena and Justin. And like at the airport, she ate breakfast before we went to the airport. And then like when we got to the airport,
no,
it was
I
like,
had lunch too.
and I thought you'd let me finish. And then we had lunch at the airport. Then we got to our airport
Oh,
lounge and she
right.
ate a full meal at that lounge. She ate the snack on the airplane. And then we got to Singapore and immediately
And
got
you
food.
didn't know that you were pregnant.
Not at
then.
all. But like basically
Okay.
in like less than 24 hours, she had 5 meals.
Yeah,
And was
yeah.
like every 2 hours, like, I'm hungry.
Right,
I'm hungry. Are you going
right.
to eat that?
Sounds like a Tuesday.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. Wait, so you had an appetite? Like you
Yeah.
didn't feel
Like,
sick?
yeah.
You felt like
Yeah,
you wanted to eat?
Yeah.
Oh,
And then
So-
my period was late, and we were just like, oh, maybe like my body wants me to enjoy Singapore.
Yeah.
And then we came back and we're like, my period
that's-
shouldn't be
that's
that
funny.
late.
That's
Here
funny
we
because
go.
you're just reminding me how before we even went, she was like, oh, I really hope I don't get my period so we can go swimming. And I was like, oh, yeah, I'll be fine. And then I guess 6 weeks before, Aaron knew to get you
right.
pregnant. I don't even know.
Exactly. So that you could
So I
enjoy
could
your
enjoy
trip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My last
That's so
bikini.
crazy. I totally forgot about that. That was the last time you wore a bikini, babe.
I know.
And it's going to be the last time you ever wear a
Babe.
bikini. I'm kidding. I'm joking. I'm
Aaron,
joking.
out of line.
I was just gonna say, like, you could do a little pregnancy bikini, but then you're gonna have your baby in March.
Yeah.
So
Are you gonna do a pregnancy photo shoot?
I am actually.
Yeah, you should.
We're doing, us two are doing one because what's it called? Postpartum clinic or whatever in Korea. Not after
The afterbirth clinic. Postpartum just has like
Postpartum is a different.
Yeah. That place like just provides like free studio photo shoots. So we're doing that. But the clinic itself, the center is really expensive. It's like about $6,000, $7,000.
What? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, so,
wait,
so
that's worth it.
basically
6,000?
6,000. It comes with the package, and the package
Right, and then you
is
get a photo shoot.
You get a photo shoot.
Yeah.
wait, are you saying it's $6,000
For the
for
2 weeks
for the 2 week stay?
Yeah.
Got it. We were just joking how because Jan was saying what do they call that in the U.S. and I was like nothing because they don't have
Yeah.
that.
They
Like,
do now.
don't.
I'm sure they offer it as a
private
service.
things
Yeah.
now.
Because of Korea, apparently.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, people are making it into a business.
I mean,
Nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they probably cost $30,000
Oh, yeah.
instead of
for sure.
$6,000. You know?
Absolutely. Yeah.
it's definitely like minimum 10K.
Oh,
Probably,
yeah,
right?
10K.
Yeah, it's like 10K
Yeah.
to get in.
Yeah,
Who knows?
it's crazy.
Do you see other like pregnant women like when you're walking around and kind of like wink at them, or do you have some sort of
Well,
telekinetic connection
secret
with the
code.
babies?
Probably not because there aren't any. In
There is
Seoul.
actually a
Actually, the
lot.
number of pregnancies has gone
Number
up.
of pregnancy
Really?
third quarter of
I
this
literally
year apparently went up.
never see pregnant women. So whenever I do, I feel like I'm seeing like a
Well, I
Unicorn.
didn't know this until she got pregnant, but pregnant women in Korea get like this little medallion that you put on your
Yes.
bag,
Yeah.
right? That just says like, "I'm pregnant, me first." Like, look at me. And so she brings it everywhere because there's like, on the bus and subway, they have these dedicated seats. And 9 times out of 10, we'll get on a bus. She'll kind of like have her bag out, and whoever's sitting in that seat will just look over and just immediately get up. It's never
Oh,
been an
yeah,
issue.
yeah, yeah.
Not
But
9 out of 10.
maybe 8 out of 10.
7 out of 10.
because the last time we were on the bus, this girl was so oblivious and was not even looking up from her phone, and Jan was kind of just
I was just like
awkwardly
pushing the
just
badge
like
into
putting
her
her
face.
yeah, just like this girl
Did
did
she
not
get up?
No,
She didn't
she
get
never
up?
saw.
you have to like tell her
Yeah.
physically
Yeah.
tell
But
her, right?
Jan didn't, and so it lingered.
And
It
then I had a
lingered.
nightmare
She
of
had a
yelling at
nightmare.
her. Or more like I had an angry dream.
You had a dream. You had a
That's
venting
so
dream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But having vivid dreams is like one of my pregnancy symptoms.
You should journal. You should do a
Dream
dream
journal.
journal because all
so you
of
can
this is going to
see
be.
what yeah.
Well, what does it
start
all mean?
That it all might mean.
Maybe
I
we'll
already
get like
forgot.
maybe
Related to
we'll
your
get like
son.
our child's name from one of your dreams. You know
Oh,
what I mean?
yeah.
That'd be kind of cool.
So there's no name
Not yet.
decision, yeah.
Yeah,
Names are hard.
Names are fucking
Really
hard.
hard.
Names are very hard. It's
Really
it's a
hard.
forever. It's like you have to give your unborn child an identity
forever
before.
name.
Yeah, before.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
what do you guys think though about like unique, like a really unique name versus a more generic name? Like, where do you fall on that? Because there's a world in which I'm like, okay, we'll just name him something kind of like classic, Noah. That's a name that we got floated around. Like, okay, Noah, it's
Cute.
biblical, it's easy to say in Korean. It's like, but then I was also like, I like something unique, like Beckett or like something. Like I even pitched Soren the other day, and she's like, what? Soren? No. And I was like, oh, it's kind of unique. It's
Like a
Sauron.
Norwegian name or
I
something.
think that
Sounds Norwegian.
Our
I was thinking
generation-
of Kierkegaard.
Yeah.
but-
Kierkegaard.
I think the generation of like millennials has kind of gone too far in the whole like let's do the unique name thing where the names are just getting like out of control.
But what's the most out of control name that you've heard?
I don't want to call out these names because they're people in my life.
Real people.
But
I think Apple was the word.
Apple
was
I
a-
actually feel
Yeah.
like we aren't even there yet in terms of the crazy
weird names?
Yeah, I feel like the average millennial parent is naming their kid like perfectly quote unquote normal names.
Yeah, like Liam. We just found out
Yeah.
Liam is the number
feel
one
like
name
it's
in the
really
United
out
States.
there.
I feel like we're gonna get crazy.
Wait, so Apple was
Okay, just-
the Coldplay guy and Gwyneth Paltrow's kid,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
didn't-
But that was like 20 years ago.
that was 20
guys.
years ago.
Yeah.
I mean, nowadays I'm like, Apple doesn't seem that crazy.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's so
Yeah.
weird.
I mean, it's definitely still not a common name,
It's
but it's
definitely
not
not, yeah.
crazy.
Versus like, didn't Michael Jackson name his kid Blanket.
Blanket. That's weird.
That's weird.
That's weird.
It's one thing
Yeah.
if like to me, and maybe this is my prejudice, is for a celebrity to name your kid like Blanket or
Yeah,
like
yeah,
Comforter,
yeah.
whereas like just a normal
Or
person,
like if Aaron called their
yeah,
kid Blanket.
naming
Yeah.
it like Geronimo or something, which actually is kind of cool. I don't know.
Yeah.
I love that.
No, because that's where
Cannonball.
that's where I'm landing these days, Jay, is that like I actually think unique and names are way cooler. Like Geronimo, that you said it in jest, but like that actually sounds like an interesting name. You call him Jerry for short or something
Yeah.
like that, you know, like
Imagine trying to say that in Korean. Though.
Geronimo.
I just think
hard.
that there are names that don't fit. Like it just doesn't fit, and it feels weird. But
Yeah.
maybe that's my own prejudice of what I think certain people are allowed to be called.
yeah. I feel like studies have shown that even students with unique names tend to like do better academically. I don't know where I read that or
Really?
heard that. Yeah, let me just look that up real quick.
Or what about success, like future success? Though I will say, like, even if those statistics are true, right? It's like, well, then what about all the successful Johns of the world?
Yeah.
What about all the Davids?
Yeah, I
That's
want
what
to
I'm
see
saying.
yeah,
It sounds
Steve
like a
Jobs.
biased
Yeah.
study.
Yeah.
Like I don't know how they would actually.
Okay, so this is
isolate
funny. Business Insider says if your name is common, you are more likely to be hired. Kind of makes sense.
Right.
Uncommon names are associated with juvenile delinquency. That is
Or-
crazy.
Or
Yes.
unspoken, unusual names are foreign names.
Exactly.
Foreign
So
names.
it's
Exactly.
really just a fucking racist.
Like
name.
if you have a white sounding name, you're more likely to get hired. Basically, this is revealing how racist America
exactly.
is. Yeah.
That's the real insight.
This is crazy.
Also, it's like if your name is weird, but it's a weird white name, that's different than if it was a weird African
Sure,
name,
sure.
a black name, right?
Right.
It's like,
Interesting.
I think that makes a difference too.
All right.
I just wonder when like Brian and John and I'm just naming my cousins. Like these names will come back into style.
I feel
you
like
know?
Brian and John will never go out of style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Versus like
Right.
really old school names like Theodore.
Yeah.
Like I recently had a friend named his
like
kid
that
Theo.
name.
Yeah, it's a
Theo.
strong name.
Theo's a great name.
Yeah, I think it's a great name. So, or like I always think of when I was a kid, names like Agnes or like were like grandma names, Beatrice,
Biblical sort
you
of,
know. But now I feel like I think you can name a daughter Beatrice and call her Bia or B for short. Like that's
I
kind
have
of
a friend
cute.
named Beatrice.
I think
about
we're talking about the same
Karen?
one. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
From BU, right?
Yeah.
What about Karen?
We can't ever name.
Yikes.
Can't ever name. our kid
Never Karen or I'm sorry, like Susan. Maybe that's just my own problem.
because
but
everyone thinks that you're a Susan.
everyone thinks that I have nothing against the name Susan technically, but well, it did give me like old white lady vibes, but that's just again a stereotype. And then people calling me Susan when my name is Sue Min,
Yeah.
that's kind of like where I was anti Susan. But I do know lovely Susan, so maybe that's
Yeah, Susan
Okay.
is a very lovely name.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Well, I like have always loved the name Jane. Like
Jane.
I love that name. I think about that a lot. I'm like, oh my god, a little daughter named Jane. That's so cute.
Would you ever want to have a kids or a daughter? I mean, we've talked about this on and off the pod before.
we
but-
don't have to get into this.
But if you had a
maybe
daughter, would you
not.
like 100% just name her Jane? It's like
Maybe,
Yeah.
but I don't know, right? What if I just feel like naming her?
You know what's so funny, Sells?
Something crazy.
When I was a kid, my sister and I remember we had a conversation about like what would you want to name your kids, and at the time she was really into that movie Selena. About like that, like you
The
know,
singer.
the singer,
The singer.
and she was like,
yeah.
"I want to name my daughter Selena," and I remember that for years because when she had her first daughter, I was like, "Are you gonna name her Selena?"
And
She's
she
like-
didn't.
She was like, "Hell no."
What did she name?
She named her Emily,
Emily.
Oh, okay.
but it does.
I actually wanted my name to be Celine. My English name, because I was always like thinking about what I wanted my English name to be because I never had one because it was always
Yeah,
Sue Min
Sue
Hunt.
Min, yeah.
And I was like, why don't I get an English name? And then so I like went through all this and for a while I was like, I want to be Stacy.
Oh my god,
dude, you as a Stacy.
You don't look like a
nope,
Stacey.
nope.
But this is when I was remember this is when I was reading like Babysitters Club or whatever and like something like that. And then I was like, nah, too basic. And then I literally the next one was Celine. So I used to be like, I'm Celine Hahn
Wait,
with
that,
the S.
No.
Wait, I never knew this
Because
about
I
you,
wanted
Sue.
I wanted it to be an S too.
Wait,
so-
this is actually crazy.
yeah, I love the name Celine actually.
This is so crazy with an S.
So you would go around calling yourself Celine. And
no,
then
I mean I wouldn't like
Okay.
outwardly do.
Oh, okay.
But
I thought you were straight up just
wanted-
introducing
No,
yourself
there
to
was
people.
a phase where I told my friends, okay, I want to be Celine, and they're like, "You're not Celine. You're
Oh my
Sue.
God, imagine.
You are Sue, and you're forever Sue." And I'm like, "Oh God, I'm just gonna be Sue."
Back in the
Oh my
day, they could get
gosh.
away with that, but you can't get away with doing that
Yeah,
shit
it's
anymore.
like this-
These days, if you're like, my name is Bartholomew, that's my name. You'd be like,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
sir.
yeah. Yeah, yeah.
No, yes, your name is
Yeah.
Bartholomew. Please don't cancel me. Well, going back to you, babe. So we've been spending a lot of time at home. Babe's been cooking quite a bit. She's gotten really good at Korean food. She's like,
of course.
yeah, she's so good at it, and I know she's gonna be such a great mom, you know, to our child.
I
but
will keep him alive.
You
You will feed him.
You're gonna not only
Yeah,
just
he'll be
feed
fed.
him
He'll
and
be
stuff,
fed.
babe. I just know that because you're so like you know you tell me things to do sometimes that are in my best interest, but even for me as a man, I'm like I don't want to fucking do that. Like even when I do that, 9 times out of 10, I lose that argument to her. Right? Like there's no way our son's gonna be able to be like I don't want to not. You know, eat fatty foods. She'll be
Yeah,
like, no, you're
yeah.
not. I'm not going to buy fatty foods for you,
Right,
dude. You know,
right.
so and that's a kind of
Oh, I see.
like
Is that your gripe? Not enough pasta and burgers
Not enough
during the
fatty
week.
foods.
Yeah.
You guys talk as if I still eat that shit every day. Like it hasn't been that way for months.
No,
okay?
we know. That's why we're saying, oh, is
And
this
yes,
like confession time?
I'm pissed. Okay, That's-
Yeah, because those are the best food.
they are the best foods. They're
They
the
just
foods
are.
that calm my stomach down.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
anyway,
Literally.
So Jan's been getting really good at that. She's like super domestic. You guys already knew this about her, but she like loves to do laundry, loves to clean.
Right.
And it's wild because even though she just mentioned how in the first 3 months she was like basically a slug and it would just like glob down. These days, I come home from the office and she will have done like 11 things. It's a remarkable. Like she has more energy now. And
Oh,
like the
that's
other day, like
great.
people,
Yeah.
we saw some friends and they're like, "You're glowing," and I kind of looked over. I was like, "Yeah, your skin looks really good." Like, what the hell's going on?
Pregnancy
look
glow,
really good.
Pregnancy
is a
glow, yeah.
real
Yeah.
thing.
The
Yeah.
hormones.
Yeah.
And
But also
the blood
you're-
flow.
Yes. Yeah.
And you're like superhuman right now. So it makes sense that you can
I'm like in part of a marathon right now.
yeah.
Literally.
She's literally making little body parts.
I
right now.
know. It's
I just
crazy.
saw a meme about that. It's just like the pregnant wife being like, "Yeah, I'm creating body parts
Yeah,
and
it's
appendages
just
right now, so
growing
leave me the
in
fuck
there.
alone." Yeah.
That
Yeah.
in and of itself, I'm like, do you need to do anything more?
It's crazy.
Shouldn't you just
I know.
be, you know, like it's
I know. And yet they do everything.
Everything.
Else. Yeah.
No, husbands help too.
Yeah.
He helps a lot.
I've like gained sympathy weight, so
Yeah.
that's a start.
Oh my gosh, they say that happens.
Yeah.
Have you actually?
Yeah.
Dropped
I haven't
the
been able
exact
to-
number.
So basically, ever since we found out she was pregnant, I remember very well when we went to Singapore.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm gonna have to wear a swimsuit. Like, I need to look a little bit more ripped.
Oh, gotta starve
Right.
myself. for
So
a
yeah,
week.
I like think I starved myself a little bit. So I was maybe 64 kilos.
Okay. Oh, that's very close to how much I weigh.
Right? But no, but get this. In Singapore, because Babe's eating so much, I'm like, okay, well, you know, we'll indulge. We got back from Singapore. I'm a solid 65. And I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't like being 65 because I'll get to 67 very fast. And basically since then to like yesterday, I've been at 66 or 67 every day. And there are days where I'm like 50, like 65.7. I'm like, fuck
Yeah.
yeah. You know?
Yeah,
like,
yeah. And then it
let's
just goes back up.
And then- yeah.
Yeah.
And it's been that way for months. Like I
Yeah.
even started like working out again. I'm trying to like limit my like intake of food, but nothing's working. So you know how they say that your body ages in these like kind of spurts?
Yeah.
Like it's not great.
Every
Yes, yes.
6 years.
Yeah.
I definitely feel like my body has aged quite a bit because I just feel like way more sore and like unflexible. And
Oh no.
I think there's part of me that is just knowing I'm going to be a father. So like everything's got to be like disciplined. I need to like get all my work
Right.
done from like 6 a.m. to like noon. So I have time to like take care of this
Right.
kid or whatever.
Right. Oh yeah, because you guys are gonna have to deal with a completely different schedule.
Yeah.
He's not excited either, but I'm not excited for the first few months
When it doesn't
after-
sleep. When
Yeah.
Yeah, when it
When-
doesn't
yeah,
sleep.
when,
Yeah,
when,
when
it-
it-
when you have to
honestly,
shake
when
it to
he
get
like
to go to
wakes
bed.
up every hour
I feel like you guys are both sleep.
my God.
You're both sleepers. This is, but the thing is, like, I've noticed
Hopefully
this
the
with
baby
my
sleeps.
friends. Yeah, most of the times it's like if both parents are like good sleepers and have good sleeping schedules, the kid actually likes to sleep, and it's
takes
a
after
breeze
the-
for them. So I have a few friends that have
Hopefully.
had super like easy early.
Chill babies.
Yeah, so I'm hoping that
Jesus,
that's the case
please
for
give
you
us
guys.
a
That would
chill
be
baby.
nice, yeah.
Please.
Chill baby, vibes.
Chillbaby.com.
That would be nice. It's always like one or the other, right?
Yeah.
I feel like I never hear
Yeah.
it in between baby.
Yeah, because I also feel like what makes a baby chill or fussy is dependent on the parent's personality too.
Yeah, and the environment it grows up
Yeah.
in. Yeah.
But like, look, I have a feeling that is he gonna like cry and shit? Like, probably.
I mean, of course, a
but
little
also,
bit,
like,
yeah.
is he gonna be a good eater? Like, he won't be too fussy about like eating his
I
vegetables.
hope he's a good
I hope he's a good eater.
Yeah.
We'll see. I hope he has a lot of hair. That's what I'm hoping.
Ooh.
I think
She has a lot, so.
I mean your hair has been doing
Dude,
pretty well.
Jaehyun's been making me take these Japanese like digestive pills that one of the side effects is that it helps your hair grow. And
Really?
yeah, and my hair legit has like grown back.
Wait, no.
Yeah.
It is a lot thicker.
It's like crazy
That's
thick.
crazy.
Well, not
What if
crazy
you
thick, but it's a lot
discovered
thicker.
the secret?
But also, what if it's also like, doing something
Doing
bad?
insane.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
Oh, I don't want to think about that.
Oh my God.
It's making my
think so.
nipples
I
dark.
mean-
Any other body changes that you
Yeah,
want to talk
body
about? Babe?
changes.
I wrote it down because
I mean, I'm
things
sure.
change so much. First trimester, I had this thing called restless leg syndrome.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
It's like this weird feeling where like it kind of happened around my hip bone area, like as I was trying to fall asleep. This feeling of like I have to move to get this pain, like this
Discomfort,
irritation,
yeah.
like go away. But then once I move, I can't like I have to do it constantly. So which means like I can't go to sleep. So I got so upset because I was so tired that I
Right.
started crying.
Jaehyun does that
my-
sometimes. She'll
I
cry.
was also very emotional because my hormones were
course,
just like
yeah.
probably crazy, and I started legit
no,
like
they were not.
crying.
babe.
crying.
You were totally fine. What are you talking about?
I mean, when you're tired and you
I was
want
so
to sleep
upset.
so badly, but
Yeah.
you can't, it's really
So since
draining.
then, I cut coffee, like caffeine, and I haven't had it since.
Nice.
Wait, restless leg syndrome is just you shaking your legs?
Yeah.
No, it's like
Well, I don't think it's
apparently
just
a
that.
feeling that
Yeah.
you have to
Yeah.
move your legs, and so
To get it away. Yeah.
and it happens at night for my friend.
yeah.
And she literally has to move her legs like this.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
this. Yeah.
On the
yeah.
bed when she's like,
yeah, that's what I
Whoa.
was doing.
What?
Like kicking and yeah.
And then
it's
I would just
crazy.
get frustrated and start kicking.
You're just
Yeah.
mimicking the baby's movements in your stomach.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Hyperpigmentation is something I've been like very aware of. And I definitely don't want to get like freckles on my face.
Why not? Freckles are
Pregnant
cute.
women get freckles?
I think freckles are pretty.
Do
I think
pregnant women
freckles
get
are pretty.
Yeah,
Well,
they're
freckles
cute.
are cute, but like
It's pimples that I don't like.
I don't know what kimi is called in English. Kimi is like more like not like the cute freckle kinds. It's like more
Sunspot? Like
under
moles?
maybe sunspots.
discoloration.
Hyperpigmentation. Yeah.
Like those. So I bought a lot of vitamin C cream products.
Has that
You get like a
happened?
weird, kind of.
Yeah.
But
the
apparently,
line.
and you
The
have this
linea
I think it's
like,
the belly, the belly
Yeah,
line.
the
yeah.
belly line.
Yeah.
I have a very faint line. Oh yeah, like your nipples get really dark, which is kind of crazy.
No, Asians are prone to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My mom used to tell me, like, was it my mom? Someone told me that, like, if your nipples, your areolas, I guess, are dark, that means you're not a virgin.
That's some Korean bullshit. Though.
I know.
No, it totally is. And
Have you heard this one?
Yes, I
Okay.
have. Because
Fuck.
like
like really
no, this is like the
terrible.
Korean like fucked up shit.
Yeah,
that-
so like if you go to sauna
Yeah.
and like harmony, like old ladies like see your body and like see the color of your areolas, and if they're not pink, they would like judge you.
Yeah. It's
Which
just
is
old timey,
so
like
ignorant because it's
Yeah.
like
It has nothing to do with that.
obviously.
But it's like so 옛날
Right,
사람들
right.
shit.
It's like
but, yeah.
science.
But I remember
Grandma?
that.
It's science.
I remember that.
science.
Yeah, that's why I
And you look at
hated
your
going to
nipples, you're like,
sauna.
I'm not a virgin.
Hell.
That's
Is that how
crazy.
I know?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Without, yeah.
Seriously. Oh my
definitely
gosh.
gonna get it.
Do you ever think about like if your baby is gonna have the Mongolian blue spot?
It should
I
actually.
love that.
Do all
I
babies
I forgot
have
what
it?
it's
No.
called.
Yeah, I forget what it's called too. It's like a mark though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Like a
was
birthmark,
literally like
yeah.
purple.
Oh, really?
yeah.
Yeah.
It's like-
But it went away. Or,
In
It went
Korea,
away.
it's like a spot where like the 삼신 할머니 like pushes the baby out
Yeah,
into the
something like
world.
that.
That's why they have a bruise.
But that's how we all know we have Mongolian ancestors.
Yes, I know.
Because
It's
we
so
have
cool.
Yeah.
And apparently, I think Native American babies have it too, or like there's a few ethnic groups where they have it.
Yeah, Native American infants. 85%
Yeah.
of Native Americans.
Yes.
Do you know
Isn't
if
that
you had it?
Crazy.
I don't know. We can
All
ask my
my
mom.
siblings had it.
I don't know if I had it.
It was so prominent too. It was like not even just a little birthmark. It was like my siblings and I. We were like green and blue and purple, like our entire backside,
Whoa.
Back or butt?
back, our entire back, not just even the butt.
We'll take a picture when he's born and send it to the group chat.
And it's crazy how it just goes away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love
Dude,
it.
that'd be crazy if it stuck around though.
I know,
We'd name him Blue. That'd be his name.
which is a cute name
Very
actually.
cute.
I think that's a cute name.
Blue.
Blue is a cute name.
My boy Blue.
Old school? Yeah, my boy, Blue. Wait, actually, let's going back to the unique name thing. What about unique spellings of common names?
I can get down like to an extent.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Like for example, like blue is like obviously in and of itself not a common name.
Yeah.
So I like the different spellings like BLU.
So here's one an idea that I had
BLU.
that not everyone has liked. So I'm just gonna throw it out to you
Okay.
guys. So one name Jay and I were talking about. Okay, what's like an English American name that's also easy to say in Korean, easy to spell in Korean.
Right.
So one we thought was like Gino, right? Jinho,
Right.
Gino, and then in English it'd be Gino, like an Italian name, Gino. But then we would spell it like maybe Jinoh or Jinot, like Pinot, like Pinot Noir. Anyway, I know that those spellings are weird, but then Sam was in town and he was asking about names, and I shared that to him. He's like, "No, dude, no, dude,
Yeah.
no."
Not
I still
Gino,
think like Gino's an
Pino.
interesting name. No, Gino.
No, Gino's very cute, but I don't like the Gino like Pinot.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about
Yeah, no way.
But
Hard pass.
Jino would be too Japanese. What do you guys think?
But
of
I
that?
like that. I
Okay.
like that name.
I do too.
It does
yeah.
sound Japanese, so you want to think about that too.
You would need an H to make it Korean.
Right. I'm a big fan of shortening names. I like nicknames a lot. More so for girls and guys, to be honest. But I just think nicknames are a cool.
Yeah, nicknames are really cute.
So like if we had a daughter named her like Samantha, I'd probably just call her Sammy, or something like that. But we talk about this all the time. Girl names are just easier, I think.
Are they really?
I think so. Yeah.
We kind of had a few candidates already that we really liked.
yeah, for girls.
Yeah, because for some reason, we thought Charlotte would be a girl,
Right.
but turns
And
out
you know
he's a
what?
boy.
And he
So
might
we're
be.
like,
And he might
What?
be. We can't
We can't- we
assign
saw
a
the-
gender.
we
Okay,
saw
it's too
the
early.
penis.
You can assign a sex.
Yeah, it
Oh,
doesn't.
I
Not
see.
the gender.
Seeing the penis means nothing in this
Yes,
day and age.
that's right.
In
Yes.
this modern world.
We can assign the sex, but not the gender.
But you know what we can assign, regardless of his or her gender or their gender, making our kid do chores around the house. So I want to open this up because, my parents were big on making my sister and I do chores growing up. There wasn't like a Saturday that went by where we weren't doing something around the house and like feeling like unless we do this, we're not going to be able to go outside and play, right? So I just want to open it up because I don't really know what modern parenting looks like in that sense. I know that my sister, for example, like assigns chores for her kids, but there's also like you have to study, you have to read this book, do this math pamphlet. Like there's a lot of academic chores that she gives them, which my mom did too, to a certain extent. And I think Korean kids are so like overwhelmed with hagwon stuff that asking them to like do stuff at home is not really a part of the upbringing process here, the child rearing process here. But like, did you guys have chores that you were responsible for growing up?
We never had chores
Really?
as a kid. Yeah,
Really?
I think we were spoiled in that way where we never were asked to clean, but I think maybe it was because my grandma lived with us as well, and I don't know, my mom just did everything.
Yeah.
Even though she worked full time. But
Wow.
yeah.
Super mom.
Yeah, I don't know. I also I feel like Koreans, maybe it's just not a thing to assign their kids, but
I wonder,
maybe a
how
lot
about
of
you,
I
Sel?
feel like maybe not either because same. I didn't do
Okay.
chores.
Huh.
I had chores.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah.
But I
never
feel like
mind.
also chores maybe for kids like us who are just like so probably like out like so energetic and like our parents just wanted us to like, shut the fuck up and calm down and do something.
So it
'cause
was a way
I
to
definitely think that's why my
structure
mom was like,
your-
okay, you're gonna just like wash the dishes for 20 minutes and just do that. Like shut the fuck up. I really think that was part of the reason why. But also my mom was like crazy. She like wanted to clean everything all the time.
Oh, okay,
So
okay.
like we had to help her fold laundry. Like
Right.
yeah.
I think for me, it wasn't the energy part, but maybe I was at ADHD. Maybe it was that. So she wanted me to focus on one thing. So I can only remember 2 chores, but I would get like small allowances, like 5 cents or 10 cents for it. But one of them was like cleaning dad's shoes.
Oh, wait,
which I think
love
is so,
that.
which
That
I think
is,
so
like,
funny.
cutest.
Like
I
really
imagine
properly.
I imagine you being like a young,
So
like
cute.
British orphan on the side of the street.
I know. For real.
whenever
See a shoe shine, governor.
5 cents.
For 5 pence, I'll clean your shoes.
And whenever he came home, I would be like so excited, like waiting with the brush and
Aw.
like the polish.
Yeah.
That's really cute.
That
Just
is
because I
actually
wanted
cute.
that obegon.
Right.
I feel like that's like good. Like teaching, like you get something, you say, oh, you do this, you incentivize them to do something.
Yeah.
I didn't really do chores either, but that was because I think my mom was really strict. So for her, it was like just practice piano, violin, and study. I never went to Hagwon. My parents didn't.
I didn't
believe
either.
in Hagwon.
Same with my parents.
So it was all like self. They taught me actually.
Yeah.
The worst. I'd rather go to Hagwon than have my mom, because my mom was the same way. Like, practice piano, do this booklet, like write this book report. And it was way scarier having your
yeah.
mom do it than
It's
having
way
like a
scarier.
So
stranger.
traumatizing.
That's why I
Yeah.
have math trauma. I can barely do addition.
Yeah.
What's 4 plus 8?
9, 10, 11, 12. That's how I know how to do it.
Wow, you have to count the
9,
fingers.
10, 11, 12.
Gotcha.
But
I
It's
totally
literally
know-
from trauma.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that's why I see a lot of my friends doing a lot of like early education studying. Like, when they're pregnant, they do just so much research because, they want to make sure that they don't like
Have the same trauma.
generational trauma be, sort of passed down.
Totally.
Which I totally understand because, especially if you had like a tiger mom or whatever. I mean, that's my biggest fear of having a kid is that I don't ever want to be the same
Yeah,
parent.
yeah.
Sorry, mom. But
She
never.
definitely listens to the podcast, so.
Yeah, but these are things we all think about because, like, you wonder how much of your childhood you can really
You can't escape.
change
You can't really
Yeah.
escape from it.
You know what I mean? And
That's
that's
the
really
first
scary.
parenting you know.
It's really scary.
But
Dude,
that's
it's-
why it's so important. The onus is on the parents
Yes. It
is,
to be
yeah.
prepared, right? So this is what you guys can do for your child. And I think that's like the most important thing. And to think about it before so that of course, things are going to come up like, as you go, like at least you'll be prepared and you'll have an arsenal of like ways to make sure that you have a mentally healthy, emotionally healthy.
That is very true. My only sort of counter argument to that, because as much as I do agree with you, I also feel that like psychology is so hardwired at a certain point, and especially like the way that you are programmed by parents, you can go into something with all the awareness in the world and still be a slave to your habits of mind and your habits of act, like things you don't even think about, the way you react to, the way you say things, the way you communicate. Hey, can you help me? Versus like, go grab that for me. Like those are things that are just baked into your head from how you were talked to as a kid. You see what I'm saying? And like, there's only so much you can do as a mindful parent versus just accepting that, like, look, I'm pretty sure that my kid's going to get a little bit fucked up. You know what I mean?
Oh, for sure.
And just being like, that's kind of the inevitability, but maybe I can mitigate how fucked up they are by like, for one thing my parents were good at was like, my mom was really good at apologizing to us. So she'd be like, she'd have a fucking meltdown, and then like later be like, look, mom is not perfect. Mom is sorry. And but I mean, the damage was kind of done because we're like, you're fucking crazy,
No,
dude.
I
You know what I mean?
know.
Like, what the fuck? Like, you can't just switch on me
No,
like that.
and the fact that
I
it's
see.
like they do that and then they apologize and the cycle happens,
Yeah.
which you're in your head, you're like, well, your apology means nothing.
Right,
Yeah.
right,
Right?
But
Yeah.
I do acknowledge that I think that was my mom's way to be like, okay, what the that was fucked up. I need to at least apologize. So like, was it perfect? Not by a long shot. Am I gonna do the same thing? Probably, right? I definitely know I'm gonna lose my shit with my kid.
Well, that's the thing about
I don't know though. That's a thing.
parenting,
That's
like-
a thing that you want to like avoid though, right?
But I feel like with something like parenting and even like, let's say marriage, right? You don't like everyday life is just, it is what it is. There's no way for you to
That's another
do
good point. That's a good
everything
point,
the
yeah.
way that you planned
Because
and
at a certain
to
point-
respond to everything the way that you want to. Like you're gonna end up yelling at your kid
Yeah.
many times. You're gonna blow up at them. You're maybe even worse, right? And we, in a way, we can't control that. I know that sounds crazy, but in a way, you can't control everything that you do over the span of like 18 years of the kid being in your house.
Like I think the day-to-day
So,
grind of
the
just getting
grind,
through
yeah.
the fucking week. I mean, even as single people, you guys experience. I know you guys experience that. Of like, fuck, this week sucks. Like, I just want to get it over with. And so, imagining that being married adds a layer to that. Then having a kid adds a layer to that. Then the kid has his own schedule that adds a layer to that. It's like, there's only so much you can do to be mindful and present when you're struggling to stay afloat, I think. And I'm kind of parroting what even my mom has said to me about like why she was the way she was. Of like, dude, at the end of the day, there was way more shit going on behind the doors that you little children were not aware of.
Yeah.
You know?
Of course,
And
yeah.
I empathize with that more as I get older. But also it doesn't excuse, like, I don't think that's carte blanche to just be like, hey man, I put food on the fucking table and a roof over your head.
No.
Like, I feel like there's an element of
Yeah.
that in Korean culture where it's like, just be grateful that I sacrificed so much. And so like, you know, everything is a practice.
It's
Yeah.
a practice. But one thing I will say is I do think that one thing you actually can control is how you react to things, right? And I mean, I've been doing a lot of thinking just like on, you know, just how to like move on, move through life without getting so enraged. I'm a very like angry person, you know, sometimes. And I do react certain ways to certain things, but I've been doing a lot of thinking about that, right? And I'm like, it is something that I can control. Everyone has their own journey, and I understand everyone's going through their own thing. And just practicing that, I mean, that's if I were ever to have a kid, like energy matters a lot. And when you
Yeah,
react a
yeah,
certain
yeah.
way and you put that energy out there and the person receiving it, then they might take it the wrong way or whatever. And
Right.
it starts a cycle. So I'm like, okay, the best I can do is start with myself.
Yeah.
That's something that you can be mindful
Absolutely.
of, right?
Absolutely. We're not going to be perfect parents, but we'll be pretty close to perfect, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, also because we want to raise our children in like an environment that feels like it's okay to fuck up. Like,
Yeah.
it's not the end of the
Yeah.
world if you make a mistake. I don't know if Korea's the environment for that, frankly. But I do think values have changed a lot in the last,
I think it's
10
changing
years.
rapidly.
It's rapidly changing. So I wouldn't be surprised if like the next generation of kids that our son grows up with are like pretty fucking chill. Like their parents are Western educated. Like they have good values. Not everyone is obsessed with Hagwon, like academies and all that shit. Because ultimately, it's just important that the kid has diversity, is exposed to like different values than just how much money does your dad make or like what apartment building do you live in, like those kinds of things
God.
that your generation probably grew up with the most when after the economic boom of like the 90s, when like my cousin and you guys were all like SFS kids, like these international kids who suddenly had access to great wealth. you
Our
know?
generation for
Sure.
Koreans went
For
through
you,
that too.
you too, yeah.
I don't know. I also think that's a parent value thing. Like, I never grew up caring about. I never even grew up
That's true.
knowing what a
That's crazy.
car
But
Your
was.
parents
Like,
are actually
Yeah.
very Western too, because you never went to Hagwon.
I never
so
went
you
to
weren't part of
Hagwon,
that
and-
system at all.
Yeah, my parents have their own. We're very not Korean in a lot of
Yeah,
ways.
you're
Like
right.
especially my mom, like didn't like really fit in here. But that very much is a parent thing.
Yeah.
I think. But another thing that scares me that I'm wondering if you guys have any thoughts about it is you can do so much in the home, but what about outside the home?
Sure. I do
like
think about
the
that.
kinds of influences your kid will come across inevitably, and also like on their devices.
Oh, so
I do
scary.
worry about it.
Like what content they'll be watching, what content their friends are going to be showing them at school. Like, what are your thoughts? Also, it's going to be changing so much by the time your kid grows up, right?
No.
I feel like
Or is growing up.
I feel like there's only two ways to go about it, which is one, you monitor it so hard, or you just don't care. Basically,
Oh,
I mean,
really?
within reason, there's like gradients to that, but I feel
yeah.
like those are basically the approaches that I think I'm going to take a more of a I don't care approach.
Okay.
And just be like, hey,
Leap of faith.
like just be like, hey, son, like boys are stupid,
Okay.
and they're gonna want to do stupid things sometimes. All I ask of you is
I
like,
think
if
you'll
you're-
know
No,
because
and it's like, but it's like for
Ansu
example,
will be there. I think it'll be embedded in his brain.
but like even like, hey, if a kid brings like a dirty mag to school, right? Like a dirty
Oh my
magazine, or like
gosh.
whatever. That's what it was
That
when we were young.
certainly won't
It's
be
like,
happening.
I'm not gonna be like, son, don't look at whatever. Like
Yeah.
I think there's part of me is like, hey, boys will be boys, and you're
Yeah.
curious. Like that's fine. It's actually kind of healthy, but you should not be that boy bringing that shit to school. That would disappoint me a little bit, right? Like those are the kinds of boundaries I think I draw with him. I say that he's not even born yet, so I don't know what I really
I
do.
know, right?
Yeah,
It's like
it-
you don't even know.
I have no idea.
what kind of
because
person
again,
will
in
be.
my day-to-day existence, what's going to get me through the day? Fucking go on your iPad, dude. I don't give a shit.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah,
that's a real
exactly,
possibility.
exactly.
Yeah.
Generally, it seems like over policing is not good, and it's
Not
going
good.
to have an adverse effect or the
Yeah.
opposite
Yeah.
effect. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it'd be great to have an ethos of openness in the family where my son can be like, "Hey, Dad, what's sausage party?" And I'll be like, I don't.
I hope
know,
he
son,
asks questions like
He will
that.
definitely ask questions, and
Yeah.
that's great for me because I would love
like
to explain
asks
things.
us questions.
Yeah, and be like,
and
I
not
remember
be
when I was a
shamed
kid,
by
I
it.
was like, "Hey, I heard the word horny. Like, what does it mean?"
Right.
Aw.
How do you explain
No, and then
that
I
to
know.
a kid?
whoever I was definitely asking an adult.
I'm gonna have
and
to.
I wanna
I'm gonna
say-
have to use GPT.
I wonder if it was like my babysitter, but they basically were like, I don't know, look it up in the dictionary. So then I
Okay.
went to the dictionary.
And what did the
it said
dictionary say?
To be sexually excited.
But then,
But
And
what
my
does
s-
that mean?
No,
What
so
does
then my
that
sister and I
mean?
giggled. We're like, we knew sexual was like a weird word. So
Right.
Yeah,
we would
yeah.
just say, we would be like, yo, you're horny. And we would just start laughing. We would just start cracking up. And we had no idea what it meant.
Yeah.
Yeah, yo, stop being so horny.
yeah, ew. Why?
What's wrong with you?
It was so stupid, but
Oh my gosh.
but like protecting
Yeah, how do you
your kid against
explain that, right?
I remember when I was discovering like my own like sexualness and like jacking off and stuff, I would get horny and just look up the word vagina, and then be like, oh yeah, like. I would just look up the definition of vagina and just be like, "Oh shit, this is
Oh,
hot."
you were getting off on the definition.
definition. Yeah.
Oh, like the words of it,
Yeah.
not even an image.
So
Not even an
imagine
image.
the kids now.
Oh my god.
The
like
options.
overstimulated.
Hopefully, their
options that are
hopefully
out
their sexual
there.
awakening is still inaugurated through like a Disney movie, something very normal that
I mean,
we can
it'll be
identify with.
inaugural. Oh, actually, I don't know. I
Who
don't know
knows?
what the kids
It might
are
be
doing
like they'll
these
be like,
days.
man, I really love the new Rivian car. It'd be like they have an
Oh my
obsession
God.
with Rivians.
Just remember, like, there are fetuses like jerking off in the belly.
What are you talking?
They start young.
yes.
Fetuses
they
do
flick
not.
at it.
They will flick the bean, dude.
Yeah.
You should look it up.
This is jerk.
I will do it
I've
later.
seen videos
Yeah.
of
This
a
is
male
science.
fetus doing
Oh my
that.
god.
Because
We were meant to be sexual. Just, I feel like that's
We're always
yeah,
horny.
it's
always
it's like
horny.
hunger.
You should
So
look up
it's
the
like
video.
I don't want to look up a
No.
video.
Oh
No,
my God.
it's funny.
It's kinda
not gross.
funny.
It's not
Fetal
gross.
masturbation has been described previously once in utero, but only as a description of an action. Masturbation is well described in infancy and early childhood when they discover that it's practice that can give them pleasure. Our letter proves that it could begin in utero as gratification behavior. Dr. Vanessa Rodriguez Fernandez. Wow.
It's
Yeah.
wild.
That's crazy.
when kids, like little children,
Are so fascinated.
are so
by it,
fast.
Yeah.
That it's just a matter of, I think it's
Yeah.
like, just
Sure.
walking them through it and like this is what is
Careful
going on.
how you say
know?
that, okay?
Walking. Why?
walking the kid through it.
Walking.
Okay.
Yeah. I'd rather just not know what the fuck they're doing, to be honest.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
I feel like, I mean, the way I imagined parenting to be, like my ideal version in my head was like, I just want to be so like open and real with the kids so that if there's any questions or any concerns, they'd come to me so that I'm like, dude, we've all been there, done that, done everything, right? We know what's right and what's wrong, but really, like some things, pleasures in life aren't always right, but as long as you enjoy them responsibly,
Yeah.
you know, so it's like stuff like that. I just want to have that like open, like candid, you know, relationship.
It's kind of like this balance, right? Because you had a relationship with your mom. I feel like that was very like, your mom was really strict and, you know, you weren't friends with your
Dictatorship.
mom. You
Yeah,
weren't friends with
she
your
was a
mom,
dictator,
right?
yeah.
So my mom was also a dictator, but now I am friends with my mom. But I think that had a lot to
But
do
that's
with...
a natural progression.
That's because they get
of-
younger
But it also
as they
had
get
to do
older.
with... It also had to do with like other things in my family happening that kind of pushed me closer to my mom for, you know what I mean?
Right.
Again, I feel like in a different world, I would never have talked to my mom again. Not out of anger or spite, just being like, I'm a boy. Like, I don't talk to my mom, you know?
Yeah.
Whereas, like, I see some parents who are super chill with their kids, and that does translate to like being close as adults. But I also feel like something gets lost too if you're too like homies with your kid,
Well, I don't think you should be your kid's friend.
right? Like, I'm of two minds of that because I don't
I
really
feel
know what
like
that looks like.
that's a
You should always be a parent.
Yeah, I
have-
feel like
you have to be an
children
authority
need
figure,
parents.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're still
Yeah.
always an authority, but it's more about like being the friend is being like you can be open with me,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
I you don't have to be afraid because sometimes who knows what kind of friends your kid might have, right?
Right.
Like you just want to make sure that they get like
A reliable
some sort of
parent.
yeah, some sort of North Star from you.
Yeah.
But I think that can only come if you really have like a close bond.
Yeah.
you know,
Absolutely.
and
It's also really at what you just said about their friends and their friends as parents and stuff like that. That being important because, yeah, like when I started skateboarding, the only reason my mom put up with it is because I happened to skateboard with all these kids who grew up on Stanford campus because their parents were all professors, and I never logged that into my brain that's probably why my mom was like, you want to go to Stanford and skateboard all day? Like, yeah, please.
Right.
Because she's like, you're going to be hanging out with like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
physicists and like fucking like,
Yeah.
you know, literature professors. And I didn't at the time really understand that like, oh yeah, Noah's mom is like a preeminent scholar, blah, blah. Like Matt's mom is a brilliant physicist. And then I realized that like, yeah, good values. Like I learned how to make sushi from this white family on Stanford campus. My first time ever making it was with a white family. They're like, we actually love Japanese culture. Like we're very cultured.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was super bizarre. And like Matt was making skateboard ramps with his dad, who was an engineer. Like, and I
Cool.
realized
That's so
like,
cute.
yeah, I like that. And I was like, what did my parents provide to this friend group? Like nothing. No one was ever invited to my house. You know, like. And so her friends are all pregnant, and a lot of them are like doctors or like work at Google and like these, you know, successful people that I'm like, oh, that's great that our son's gonna have friends
Like
whose parents are
around
like,
that.
yeah, they're
Yeah,
not just
yeah.
like bums or something. Yeah, that does matter, you know.
I never thought about that.
Like when you think about your childhood friend, like Kayla's mom was a theater director. That's pretty
Yeah.
awesome. You know, like that's a
Yeah.
trustworthy figure and someone that you see
Yeah.
at school in the community. That probably helped, you know.
Yeah. For me, like with the people that I hung out with, my parents were aware of who it was and like whether or not they trusted the other
Yeah.
like family dictated whether I could hang out with them
Right.
for longer periods
Right.
of time. So
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Like I don't think if I ever had a kid, I don't think I would ever let it sleep over at anyone's house.
My sister's that way. My sister doesn't let
no
her kids do sleepovers.
Yeah.
I rarely got to sleep over, and when I could, it was because my parents knew exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have
who
to
it
just
was
know
and,
too
like-
much.
That's true.
I
because
know
when you
everything.
think about it, sleepovers are
You
kind of
don't know,
sus.
and you don't know what boys and men are there. You know,
Yeah, it's
if you have
sus.
a girl.
It's sus.
I mean, if you have a boy
always
Like-
the problem is the man.
too. Yeah. Or like, oh my god, I've been watching a lot of true crime.
Nice.
But so many cases of like female teachers,
oh yeah, grooming
like
and
a lot
yeah.
actually, female teachers with little boys.
I just saw something really disturbing about like I think it was like
It's crazy.
in London or something. Yeah, it was like a 13-year-old boy.
right.
No.
I think it was like 30-something-year-old
Yeah.
woman.
Yeah.
Oh my God, what is
Yeah.
wrong with her?
Oh
Did she
my
go
God,
to
It's
jail?
insane.
Dude, we live in a crazy
I think
world.
she did.
We do
go
live
to
in a
jail.
crazy world where like you don't know. You would think with like social media and, technology and everything, you still don't know who somebody is.
Yeah, the fact that like a trusted family member is like majority of the person who commits a sex like crime against
yeah.
a minor is like that's fucking that's so scary.
Yeah.
A trusted family member.
Okay, no sleepover.
No sleepover.
No sleepover.
Oh, but I will say, I just saw something really interesting on Instagram. It was like this girl who's on OnlyFans, and she was like telling this story about how she has an OnlyFans account, and then someone was donating or like sending her a lot of money and like buying all of her content. And then that person like added her on TikTok, but then it came up as a contact, as one of her contacts.
Oh my
and
gosh.
Then
No way.
She realized
No
that
way.
it was her stepdad
Yo.
Oh,
because
God,
the
oh, God,
username
oh, God.
matched. And so then she basically was like, I guess DM'd him and was like, hey, I know who you are. And then the guy's like, no, how could you know who I am or whatever? The stepdad was. And then she was like, either you fucking come clean to mom or like
Yikes.
I'm showing her all of this.
Oh,
and then he
God.
texted her and was like, hey, can we talk? The
That is
stepdad. Can you imagine? He had, but then, so then I'm like, okay, this is interesting. I don't know why I found it interesting, but then I was like going into the comments.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, okay, how do people feel about this? Because I knew that it was going to be divisive, right? It's like, this is what you get for being on OnlyFans.
Right.
What do you expect? And then,
Yeah.
I
right?
see, I see.
And then other people are like, usually, what do you expect? People just buy it. And then other people are like, that's insane. Stepdad, you're trusted,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
parental figure. Being
I mean, I feel like that's the only answer,
Yeah,
right?
I don't think it's healthy to
crazy.
blame her for going on.
No, of
OnlyFans.
course.
No, and also like that stepdad,
Gross.
so many problems.
so
Like
gross.
that's insane. But that happens all the time.
It does happen all the time.
Like it
that's
happens
the
all the
thing.
time.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Total tangent, but
Yeah.
I thought that was
Great.
really interesting. I was like,
yeah.
what the hell?
What a thanks for sharing that little anecdote.
Thank you.
I mean, like when you honestly like when I watch true crime, it's always so shocking to me, like how many of them involve children.
Yeah.
And like how children are so vulnerable.
Yeah.
And pregnant women too. I just found out this year that the number one cause of death in the US for pregnant women is homicide.
by their husbands.
What?
Usually by their husbands.
Yeah. I've
And
heard
like
that too.
we don't protect pregnant women and children, even though they're the most valuable members of society. Like the fact that so many crimes happen against those two demographics, it's crazy. It's so heartbreaking.
So, do you think is there a solution in terms of like, can you equip your daughter to be like a survivalist and kill
Well,
someone
that's
who
the thing.
attacks
It's
her?
like, what do we do? Do we like just start teaching all our
Give them-
daughters like
give-
martial arts?
yeah.
Like
give them guns.
give them guns,
Yeah.
arm them.
Of course.
Yeah, Girl Scout guns.
Yeah, maybe we should start arming them at age 12.
Yeah.
Like, obviously not, but
I don't know. There's a lot of moving parts.
Yeah.
For example, girls too, like the way that they learn to seek attention from men at a young age, right? And that could get easily perverted. And I think for young boys, it's like a
Well,
different
boys
type
too.
of it's a different
Yeah,
type of
and a
manipulation where it's like
different type.
it's a physical urge, and then
Yeah.
like whatever access you have to it. It's so different. Actually, the whole thing with like teachers and young boys is it's equally fucked up, but it's a different paradigm that I think than male predators going for like underage girls. I think it's just a different type of paradigm because ultimately,
I don't know what's worse.
I think it's the same.
well, so I think like ethically, whatever, one shouldn't be deemed as worse, but I just think they're different psychological phenomenons, and they also like speak to different truths, I think, about like men and women, right? Namely that like like the biological urge to have sex with like a ripe, young thing
Ew.
is biologically ingrained in us. No, it's just biologically ingrained in us. Okay, because we've seen it happen with men and women.
Yeah.
that's number one. I think the
Yeah.
reason why it happens
But I
more
think
with
more
men is
so
though
with men.
because of sort of
Yeah.
baked in proclivity to like pursue mating and like
Yeah.
Spread
take
the
it.
seed.
Yeah.
To
and,
breed.
And there's also a reason why we normally see it happened with older women to men in school settings because that's like the one area where like they are a trusted adult. Like in that paradigm, in that world, like they have a lot of one-on-one time with these boys, or like they're in close proximities. You see them every day. There's not a lot of like. Oh my God! Imagine seeing that with like a male teacher to a young student, which I know we do, right? I know we do, but like that would be. I think that would be deemed as much worse, actually, for some reason. But maybe I'm confusing my ethics
Well,
here.
I think what you're saying is that like it doesn't seem as bad when
When a woman does it to a young boy.
when a woman does it to a young boy, and I think there's this cultural notion that like, oh, boys like sex, so it's not that it's better. I don't even know what the word is, right? But I don't think that's true, because I think a
it's-
child is a child. A child cannot make decisions regarding sex or romance, and it's always an adult taking advantage.
Yeah.
of
I think
the
a man
child.
to a
Like,
girl
I think
just
it's the
seems
same.
worse because they're just more like powerful, like brute strength.
Yeah.
So
Well, also
they would
like
just force
men
you, I guess.
sexually abuse boys all the time.
That's true.
Bro,
It's
we
not
just
necessarily the
watched the
woman
new
and the man.
Gladiator movie.
Oh my god.
Don't spoil it.
Well, I'm just saying the Romans did quite a lot of child
they
molestation. It
loved
was like,
to do that.
yeah.
It was like accepted practice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
why did Rome fall again? Just kidding.
Seriously. Yeah.
He did he.
Oh my God. Wait, real quick, I just want to get everyone's
Freak
views
off.
on like, what do you guys think of like gentle parenting versus just, I mean, tiger mom parenting and gentle parenting are like the extreme opposites,
Yeah.
right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
But like, gentle parenting to me seems like it comes from a good place. It comes from a place of like people who are
Good intentions.
traumatized, being
Yeah.
like, I am not going to be like that mom or dad who's like, but also not saying words like no is like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I saw this TikTok.
It's extreme. Yeah. It's extreme.
I know. That is extreme. But I saw this TikTok of like gentle parents like having like
A
A
meltdown?
meltdown, just being like, no, Zach, put that down. Zach, put that down right now. And then immediately the kid's like drops it, like get the fucking bed, like. And I couldn't help but like crack up because like that's how I was parented. Like, my mom would just be like, but you fucking come here right now. I'd be like,
Yeah.
why, yes. And,
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
and I just feel like that's kind of, maybe that's the Korean thing too. Like, imagining a gentle parenting Korean style just doesn't register in my head for some reason.
I don't know about gentle parenting, and this is me judging mothers.
Nice.
Trigger
Get ready,
warning.
babe. Get ready. You're going to be judged.
Oh no, I'm being shamed already.
yeah.
No, but I will say like we judge mothers so much. Like there's no winning, I feel like, with mothers. Like
Yeah.
you're gonna be judged no matter what you do. So this is me judging mothers. But I feel like in Korea I see so many undisciplined children.
Oh yeah,
And
for
it's
sure.
just like it drives me crazy. And obviously I'm not a parent, so like I don't know what it's like to raise a kid, but some of these children running amok, doing insane things in public,
Yeah.
saying insane things to strangers, like it's unacceptable.
What has someone said something to you that was just out of pocket?
This was recently. I saw a kid like go up to somebody in the playground in my neighborhood, and they were like, "Are you a boy or a girl?" And it was a woman with like short hair. "Are you a boy or a girl?" And she goes, "Oh, my name is blah blah blah. Like I'm a woman." And they were like, "I thought you were a boy." Like that's so fucking rude.
Obviously, but
so
you should definitely take your gripe up with the
Was
kid.
he like 3 or
yeah, it's a
like,
kid. Kids are just gonna. Kids have no filter.
7, 6.
Yeah.
Like, and then I see kids like running around.
Yeah.
Like,
Screaming.
chasing birds, wanting to step on
It's
birds.
just funny, like the things that you're describing are like I see them
kid
laughing with each
behavior.
other,
Oh, no, I don't mean that.
playing
I don't mean that.
hopscotch, eating ice cream. Like, who are these kids? Where are their parents?
breathing
Okay,
hard.
that there is definitely a part. Like, for example, I never want to be at a restaurant with kids.
Yeah,
it's like
yeah,
it's
yeah.
such a
Yeah.
bad thing, but I don't like that.
Yeah.
But there are kids who can hang, and that's cool.
Yeah.
I love a kid who can hang.
Yeah.
But
no.
a kid who can't hang,
That's like that is what a like middle school like female teacher says to like the young kid she's trying to groom. Be like, hey Brad, all these other 12-year-olds are pretty lame, but you can hang.
you can hang. Because there are kids who can hang, and we know
You're so mature for your age, Brad.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry.
I do think that I do think that a lot of kids these days need to be more disciplined.
They need to be disciplined.
What do you
I
think
especially
about
hate.
what do you think of corporal punishment?
Well, I was just going to say, I especially hate, like, obviously running around, whatever, kids do that, but I hate seeing kids who are mean to animals.
Yeah,
That,
that's
like,
psychopathic.
really
That's-
bothers
That's
me.
because
Yeah.
they're serial killers.
Yeah, they're serial killers.
True, actually. I heard that's a sign of
Like
psychopathy.
99%
No
of them.
empathy.
Yeah.
Yeah. The ones that hurt animals
Yeah.
should be taken out.
Dude, I saw
They
this
should.
confession.
We'll cut that out,
You
but
heard it here
yes.
first.
So this guy, Andrew Callahan, he's like this gonzo journalist kid. He does a channel called Channel 5. It used to be called All Gas, No Breaks. If you have heard of it, whatever. But he put out a video where it was like an art installation. He put it in a museum, and it was a confessional. And it was like, just say your craziest secret into the microphone.
Oh, I
camera,
think I heard
right?
about this, yeah.
And like a lot of them are just really weird sexual things. Like I had sex with my roommate's sister when he was in the room, like stupid sexual stuff. But one of them was this girl being like, I've never said this before, but when I was young, I like used to choke my cat until it like almost
Okay,
couldn't breathe, and then
yeah,
I would
you
let
guys-
it go. And then she goes, and the crazy part is, I want to be a doctor. And then her friends like, oh my God, like that's so fucked up. Oh my God. And they're like laughing. And like the number one comment on the video is, all these were pretty crazy, but that girl who wants to be a doctor should like be in
She
jail.
should, yeah.
She's gonna be
Well, not only she should be in jail.
Yeah.
murders. What do you call those? Like
Yeah.
medical, you know, like she's gonna do that shit.
The
Yeah.
nurse of death.
She should not
Yeah.
be allowed to get a license.
Yeah, yeah,
she
yeah.
should not be.
And the way she
Yeah.
just said it was like, oh my God, I used to do this really cringy thing.
Well, that's
Choke my
psychopath
cat.
right
Yeah.
there.
She's a psycho.
Psychopath right there. It's insane.
Snipe, dude.
Well, if we see our child advancing
No,
these behaviors.
I'm gonna expose our kid. Like I'm gonna go to the barn.
Yeah.
She
pretty
wants him to like
early,
see animals
so
a lot. Yeah.
he
Yeah.
could see animals and like touch
I
them.
love them.
Yeah.
Love animals.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's all about it's empathy, right? It's like
Yeah.
you see an animal and you realize that's a living being who deserves like respect.
They can
just
feel
like
pain.
and who can feel pain. So not knowing that is like very problematic.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. Oh my God. It's insane.
Okay, interesting question for you guys. So you have your child comes out and starts hurting cats and dogs.
No.
There's a
You
movie
gu-
about
not about
this.
you guys, but just in general.
Yeah,
this is
like
I just want to know.
hypothetical
Yeah,
scenario.
hypothetically, what you would do.
Oh, I think
'cause
that's like the scariest thing. That
For
could
me,
happen.
I thought about this a lot, and I was like, if my kid started doing that, that kid's fucking out, dude. I'm sorry. Like, I'm sorry. Like, you guys can hate me
out.
forever, but like, the kid's gone. I'm like, straight up, like, did you just fucking hurt a cat?
Yeah. No,
You're going to jail.
same.
Like, sorry.
I wouldn't know how to handle that.
But if you can't, and,
the same
then
thing.
he can't be rehabilitated, or he or she, whatever.
Jeez.
And then
Actually,
I'm gonna be like,
can psychopaths be cured? Genuine
no,
question.
Like, literally, I think they cannot be.
I think that's what I heard too.
If
Yeah.
you're actually an actual psychopath, you cannot be cured. And so, even if it's my own kid, I feel like, you know how, because some parents of the psychopath will like protect them because it's like my kid. But I'm like straight up like, no,
Yeah.
fuck you,
Yeah.
you're out. How would you guys feel if it was your own kid?
would probably want to just send him off to an institution, or
Well, how old is this child?
yeah,
when
how
he-
old
Let's
is
say
it?
like they're kindergarten and then they're starting to show this behavior going into elementary school, because that's usually when it starts apparently.
oh, okay, this is so
Yeah.
fucked up. But I have a good answer.
Okay.
Therapy?
Okay.
Also,
No. I have a really good answer.
Conversation be.
It's so fucked up, though. It's so fucked up. Okay, but
We can edit it all out. Post.
yeah, you let him get kidnapped by a child sex trafficking
What?
ring, and then he goes there and kills all of them because he's a psychopath.
Oh, like he becomes Dexter.
Yeah.
Oh, he becomes some sort of like bandit.
I just feel like that's like a win-win, right? It's like, yeah.
A killer.
He unleashes his evil upon other evildoers.
That's
you know?
total. I think that would be okay with me, actually.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, if you're like
It's like
Dexter.
Eileen Warnos.
Yeah, sure.
But Dexter is like morally, he has like a compass. He kills
Yeah,
shitty
yeah.
people.
no, that's
Yeah,
what I'm saying.
yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what you
Yeah.
Well, he was
It's
taught
kind
the-
of crazy to me if you see your kid like hit a cat.
out
Adoption,
of joy.
you're done. Like
No, not
at least like try to
that.
teach them like, hey, that's
No,
not
no,
good.
yeah, because you know kids will.
No,
Kids
If you
will
see a
also-
pattern.
If I see my kid and it has a knife and like is doing shit,
Oh,
I mean, that's
Yeah.
fucking gnarly, dude. I mean, like kids would like maybe step on a cat's tail to like tease it, like
Yeah.
for a reaction or
Oh,
something like
that's
that.
what I was thinking.
no,
Oh,
we are
like,
not
actually like
we're not talking about teasing,
gutting a cat.
No, we're talking about kids
But
who
even
like or choking. Like that girl, what she was doing,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah, it is
right?
insane.
Anything that is like
It
you're
is insane.
purposefully inflicting pain,
yeah.
like with the intent of seeing like how far you can go. I feel
Oh
like
my
that's
God, no.
Yeah,
No,
that's
no,
like
no.
antisocial behavior. That is very concerning.
I feel
know.
like I would probably want to. I would probably want to fix him. him.
No way. There's no way.
No,
it's a boy. It's already a
because
boy.
it's my child, right? I would be like, there's something I have to do.
Well, there's a movie about this called "We Need to Talk About Kevin."
Spoiler alert, please skip 10 seconds.
So
Okay,
what does
yeah,
Tilda
so
Swinton do in
Kevin.
that movie?
Kevin
she-
kills everyone.
He does. He kills a bunch of kids out of school. So
I would probably try everything I can to like put him in
Sorry, spoiler
therapy
alert.
yeah.
and all that shit.
Oh,
And then
of course. I would probably
if
like
it still doesn't work, oh yeah, what do you even do?
Institutionalized.
Institutionalized.
institutionalizing is the only way.
100%.
They
That's
gotta
true.
go.
Institutionalizing.
They gotta
Because
go.
if you
That's so heartbreaking.
Yeah,
Because
that
like
kid's
your
not living with
kid,
me.
but
I'm gonna end up
yeah.
murdered. Like I'm gonna end up in a body bag
Yeah.
somewhere.
yeah.
You've been watching a lot of true crime. I can tell.
or
Yeah.
or with a lot of dead
Psychopath-
bodies buried
Buried
near your
around,
house.
yeah.
Yes,
Horrible.
exactly.
I'm gonna end up murdered and buried beneath the shed in the backyard.
Because you guys, so many psychopath children kill their parents.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Like that happens a lot.
Menendez?
Usually they're the first victim.
Right.
Yeah.
After the
Menendez.
after the
After the
cat,
animals,
after the
yeah.
pets, then it's the parents.
Like, didn't the Adam Lanza, did he shoot his mom or no?
Adam Lanza, which
Sandy
shooter
Hook.
was
Oh
Sandy
no,
Hook?
he didn't. He didn't shoot.
His mom was a teacher there, though.
Right.
No, I think he did kill his mom before he went to school.
Something like that, right?
What's his name?
Adam Lanza.
Adam
I
Lanza.
can't believe you know his name.
True crime fanatic.
Too much. I remember hearing the mom worked at the school though.
Yeah, she's dead. I think she died that day. Yeah, she died on December 14th, 2012.
I was
yeah.
right. See? And he shot her before going to the school.
Yeah.
But usually that's what they do. They kill the family first, and, then they go
on to the other
and do
victims,
whatever,
yeah.
and then
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
How did we get here,
How did we
man?
get here?
Dude.
again.
Sue.
We always sorry. Did I
Sue.
start it?
Sue, you did start it. Sue spends
man.
1 month in LA and just comes
Shallot's
back.
been listening.
Maybe I brought it up because of the true crime.
You guys are crazy. You guys
What
are crazy.
started as,
We have
as
no
a
hope.
childbearing episode ended
I know,
in-
ended up talking about child killers.
Yeah.
Child killers.
Well, should we just say today is Thanksgiving? It just so happened that we recorded this on Thanksgiving Day. It's been a while since we've seen Celine. We haven't seen Sue in
Sue,
weeks.
yeah.
She just got back from LA. So this is very amazing and serendipitous that we're spending it together. Just around the table, because it's tradition, one thing that you're grateful for this year, and maybe one thing that you're hoping for in the next.
I don't want to go first.
I'm going to go first so
Okay.
that I don't get stolen.
Oh.
I'm thankful for you guys.
That was mine.
It was yours.
That's good. That's good.
You can't repeat.
We can repeat.
I'm also thankful for you guys.
That sounded so disingenuous, Jay. Just
No,
kidding.
I mean,
Well,
it's
we were joking earlier that you should be
and,
thankful for that
I'm
Starbucks
kidding.
bathroom.
Oh,
Oh, very true.
I mean, I'm kind of thankful for that too.
I'm
very
thankful for
true.
that.
Yeah, I
bathroom. I'm
just cleaned the
thankful
toilet.
for all the bathrooms. Yeah.
Yeah, all the public bathrooms.
I'm thankful for
Yeah.
Korea for having a good amount of publicly accessible.
That's true.
Clean toilets.
That's true.
bathrooms,
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, something I'm thankful for. I'm thankful for you guys.
Oh.
Did anyone say that?
Yeah.
Thankful for friends and
I'm not, so I'm not going to say that.
Okay, good.
thankful for friends and good food. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Thanks.
Oh, with this mic?
Oh no.
Feels like we're at an insurance clusters going around.
Pass a pillow. I'm grateful that everyone's healthy. I'm really grateful that I'm healthy. That's
I'm grateful that
one.
Jaehyun made me take these pills so my hair grew back.
Yeah, what the hell?
Fucking amazing.
It does look.
sponsored by.
That's
Thanks,
crazy.
thanks, honey.
Yay!
I am grateful for a roof over my head.
Boo. Boo. It reminds me of the
crime.
episode we filmed after you watched Society of the
actually, I have an
Snow.
answer.
And you're like, I love my life.
Okay.
Best life.
I was actually
love
gonna
that clip.
say, like, watching true crime and all of that shit, like, you do realize how grateful you are for little things that are even out of your control. Like, I'm grateful that I grew up with two parents, right? Like, even something as simple as that I have no control over, but like that probably contributed to a lot of good in my life.
Yeah.
Even though my parents are not perfect, obviously no one is. And then just like how I'm grateful that I never like, what's the saying? Fell into the wrong side of the tracks. What's the
Oh,
saying?
you're thinking of grew up on the wrong side of the
grew-
tracks, yeah. Or fell
Or,
into
like,
the wrong crowd, maybe.
I'm glad I didn't fall into the wrong crowd. I'm glad I didn't like, want to experiment with drugs when I was in my youth. Like, I'm grateful for having like a boring upbringing because in that way, you know what I mean? Because like you watch these things and all of them have commonalities.
I see.
All of them, right? It's not like these things happen out of nowhere.
yeah.
So, yeah, grateful for like the boring things like health. We really don't realize how important it is until something
That's good.
happens.
Being grateful for
Yeah.
boredom or boring
Yeah.
life. That's original. That's good.
Yeah.
Okay. We don't have to do what we're looking forward to the next year. I guess none of us have a real clear image.
Too
Oh my
early for
God,
that.
too early. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
I
true.
guess
For
again
next
around
year,
Christmas
next
time.
month.
1
yeah.
month.
We'll,
1 month.
we'll in our January episode, we'll definitely talk about it. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning into this episode of the Side Dish Podcast. We haven't been publishing the last 2 weeks, but this is an extra jam-packed, fucked up episode just for you guys. We hope you guys enjoyed it. And with that said, we'll catch you in the next episode.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.